guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine. For those of you who are new here, today's video is going to be like a study tips and tricks video, what I did to help me pass all 6 of the courses that I took from the spring semester into summer 1 with all A's. And specifically A&P 1 and 2 is what most people were questioning me about, and like how I was able to pass it, because I know of a few people who have had to take it multiple times to be able to pass with an A. So not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I was very lucky to be able to have these tips and tricks to help me out and to be able to pass it the first time. So I have a few notes on my phone, so if I look down, that is why. But to start off, like the very first thing that I have is to have a positive mindset and to enjoy what you're learning, because if you go into a class with the attitude of like, this class sucks, why do I have to take it as a prereq, like I don't want to be here, this is a waste of my time. If you are thinking any of that, just remember that you are investing time and money into these courses. If this is something that you want to do long term, whether that's nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, whatever it may be, like these courses like A&P 1 and 2 are required as a prereq. And if it's something that you can't enjoy now, what makes you think you're going to enjoy it later on in the future when you have to take harder courses? If you go into that classroom starting off the semester with the attitude of like, you know what, I'm gonna crush this class, I'm gonna make a freaking A in this course, I'm gonna put all of the time and effort into it to be the best student that I can and to make the best grade that I can, because with anything you do in school or that's school related, it's competitive. Whether that be you trying to get into medical school or you trying to get into like a 2-year program, whatever it may be, it's all competitive. So you need to strive to be the best student that you can be. And it all starts with having a positive attitude, enjoying what you're learning, even if you don't enjoy it, because I took humanities. I had to take humanities. Let me tell you, that was the most boring class I've ever taken in my entire life, but I had to get it done. So I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna learn about some random opera shit and I'm gonna love it. So yeah, it just comes down to being like that and just going with the flow and trying your best. Next tip is to take good notes. So my professor for A&P 2 provided us with like a note set, so we just like filled in the blank, which made it super easy to be able to keep up with the lecture and to understand what was going on, especially because he would like kind of slow down a little bit to let us fill in all of our notes. He was amazing like that. He was a great professor. Some aren't as lucky to have professors like that, so you need to really learn how to take notes and what's most efficient and beneficial for you. You can look up some YouTube videos on how to take notes for class. I had an example that my friend showed me and it helped very, very much, but I don't have any of my spirals. I threw them all out. I don't have any of my highlighters. I gave them all to my little sister and I need to go buy all that stuff before school starts Tuesday. But yeah, so look up some YouTube videos on how to take amazing study notes or how to take amazing lecture notes. There's that one. The next one is to voice record all of your lectures, and I didn't think of this until I saw everybody else doing it like a few classes into the semester during spring. And I was like, why is everybody like voice recording it? And then I did it and it helps out so much, because my next tip after that is to review your notes within 24 hours to keep it fresh in your memory, because that means you'll have seen your notes twice already, and the next time that you review them before you start studying for your exam, that'll be the 3rd time that you see them, 4th time that you see them. The more you see something, the more you're familiar with it and the easier it's going to be for you to understand and comprehend. So where was I getting to with this? Voice recording the lectures. It really, really helps you guys. There was a lot of things that my professor would like throw here or there. He would say it and I wouldn't think anything much of it, but it would be something that's on the exam. So highly recommend that. If you have a lab as well, I would highly recommend to voice record that too. And it doesn't make much sense to voice record, but whenever you're reviewing all of the images that you have to study and know all of the labels for this, this, and this, and this, it helps whenever your professor's like, okay, this is the vestibular cochlear nerve or something like that. So yeah, that was the next tip. And also label them. Whenever you voice record it, just be like 8/28/17 lecture A&P. So, and then also differentiate it from the lab so you know like which is which whenever you're going back to them and studying them or listening to them. And then next tip is to rewrite notes in a separate journal and to be able to reiterate them. This was something that my professor had told us like from day one, he told us to rewrite our notes, and he didn't say it in a different spiral, but like he said to rewrite them, go page by page and like section by section, be able to rewrite it and be able to reiterate it without looking at your notes. Just so you like understand, it's almost like a memorization thing, which memorizing everything and doing like bulimia on your test, it's not going to help you out. It's not going to help you understand those concepts whenever you move on to higher levels, and you need to refer back to that knowledge that you learned in like A&P 1 and 2. But what it does do is it helps you like have that information like there in your brain. So if you need to go reread the textbook, or to go actually read the textbook or watch YouTube videos to help you understand a concept even better, you have an understanding of the notes, and then you'll go and like get other information, like put 2 and 2 together, and then it's like, oh, it clicks in your head. Depending on when you take your class, just later on in the day, make sure to reread your notes, to maybe re-listen to your lecture. I loved doing that. That really, really helped. So yeah, there's that. And then if there's any images that you have to learn, like we had to learn about the bicarbonate ion, like how it went from, what was it, like hydrogen and like some other stuff to becoming a bicarbonate ion. We had like this really big image that we had to draw and like really understand well, because there was questions that were going to be pulled from that image on the exam. So what I would do and what my professor recommended was to draw it, and draw it again, and draw it again, and draw it again, like draw it so many times until you're able to do it from your memory. And I did that with every single image that I had, and I never like had problems with it. So that should help you guys out if you have any images that you have to retain or understand and remember. And then the last one is going to be create practice exams out of note material, out of like your note material. And the reason that I would recommend this for anybody taking A&P 1 and 2, it also depends on your professor though, because my professor really, like, the exams were straight up from the notes, and it wasn't as simple as like, this would be a sentence and then he would like copy and paste that and put it on the test. It wasn't like that. But what I mean is he pulled exam questions out of the notes, so I never really had to read the book unless I needed to, what's the word I'm looking for, to like drill it into my brain, or like to really understand it and comprehend it. That's the only time I would read the book. But yeah, so his were heavily from the note set, so I would highly recommend to go through and like try to pull like questions. And after you take the first exam with your professor, you have an idea of how they word things and how they'll question, or how the questions will be on the exam, so you should be able to make your own practice exams at home. One of my last tips would be to use any resource that you can. On campus, there should be tons of places that you can go to get help and to get assistance. Like, if you need to go see a tutor, like, your pride needs to go out of the window, because if you need help, ask for help. They are there for that. Your tuition that you're paying so much money for is providing you with tutors. So take advantage of that, and also take advantage of YouTube, all the free resources online, but be careful what you see, because sometimes it's not. Like, sometimes there could be false information on the internet, but YouTube videos definitely help out a lot, especially with graphics. So A&P 1 and 2 students, I highly recommend YouTube videos. And yeah, so that is a 10-minute video of different tips and tricks that I think should really help you out, should really help you work towards becoming an A student. And if you are not an A student, it is okay. I'm just talking about for those who are like, for the competitiveness that goes on, especially in the medical field. If that's something that you desire going into, straight A's is where you want to be. So it's not the easiest thing to achieve, and it's definitely hard and challenging. It takes a lot of your time, and you might not have a social life during school, but it's a sacrifice you need to be willing to put in if you want an amazing career, or if you want to do something that you love each and every day after you graduate college. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. If you have any more questions regarding tips and links, you know, any other like study tips or tips that I could give you, comment them down below. As for my major, guys, I'm going into the medical field. So many of you are going to ask me what it is, and I'm not sharing it. This is not to be like, oh, like, I'm too good for you, I'm not sharing what my major is. It's not that at all. It's just I put so much of my life out there on social media, and my major is the only thing that I want to keep secretive until I feel okay sharing it. So, does that make sense? I don't know. I know the ones who truly love and support me will not mind if I don't share my major. It's something that's not really relevant to anybody or could really help anybody else out. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, guys. I'm sorry it took so long to get this video out for you, but yeah, I feel like it might help some of you. So good luck with your fall semester. If you need any prayers or you have prayer requests, go ahead and send them to my DM on Instagram. I would love to pray for you. I know that school can be very stressful and taxing mentally, so just let me know. Bye, guys.